going on, everyone? Gilman with Live Wealthy Stocks, back with our daily Tesla update video where we take a look at how Tesla stock traded today, some key support and resistance levels that we have coming up, and based on that, what we think Tesla could do tomorrow as well as next week. So real quick, if you enjoy videos like this, hit that like button down below, subscribe to my channel, and comment down below what your trade plan on Tesla is, and I'd love to chat with you guys down there. So tomorrow is a big day for various reasons. The first one being, obviously, it's the last day before Tesla is included in the S&P 500. We are expecting tons of volume, tons of institutions coming in and buying Tesla shares tomorrow. But what we have also is what's called quad witching, where we have futures contracts, option contracts, weeklies and monthlies expiring come tomorrow. So big day tomorrow, could see a lot of volatility, could see a lot of volume, could see a lot of action. So based on that, we'll kind of see what the stock could do. So let's take a look. Let me hit record here on my laptop and we'll see kind of what tomorrow could bring. So today was a great day for Tesla. We were up $33.13 during the day, close to close, and which is up about 5%. We're down 1% after hours, seeing a little bit of a sell-off, profit taking, whatever you want to call it, which is totally fine considering it ran up almost $30 today. And if you take the low of today, which is kind of in the 620s, it's even a little bit more than that, right? So someone up $38 in one day, 5-6% in a day. A little bit of profit taking or a pullback is totally normal, not anything that I'm worried about. So let's take a look at the daily chart and we'll kind of see what levels we were looking at and what we can look at kind of going into the future. So let's take a look at where we closed yesterday, which was in the 621s. If you guys remember, we drew this line over here in the high 626s based on the rejection that we had yesterday a couple times after breaking below this level. So that was the level that we had talked about being the first level that we had to go to. So in the 621s, right out the gate, what we saw was in the pre-market actually making a push towards that, and then thinking about it for a little bit. As soon as the market opens, we drop below that, the 626 level, but then we came above it, and at that point we didn't look back. Immediately started making our way towards this other sort of level that we had drawn in the 641s that we thought could hold up as the next level of resistance since we had broken below it. As we could see, the hypothesis was correct in that we hit up right against that level, came back down, bounced off of VWAP, right? If a stock is above VWAP and is making its way towards VWAP, that could be a really great bounce point. We bounced off VWAP, again, found this level to be a decent resistance, came back down, but this time the good news is we didn't make it down all the way to VWAP, and then we pushed right back up, eventually making it over this resistance level. And then as you can see throughout the course of the day, it dipping down to this resistance level before then the last sort of hour or so of the day, where Tesla pushed up, made a high of 658.82, which is pretty close to the all-time high, and then kind of is settling down in after hours. We're seeing a little bit of a sell-off in the after hours. So our high, well, technically, so two things. This 658 is the all-time high. The one before that was 654.32. There is a pre-market high of 669 that we'll take a look at in just a second, but 658 is the high that was sort of said during market hours. The other news that I want to share with you guys is Tesla got an upgrade from the S&P 500 on their debt grade, which is great news because they have a lot of cash now after the $5 billion raising, the stock offering that they did. They've got a ton of cash, so they're getting upgraded in that regard. So that's really good news for the stock as well. But I do think a lot of the action is due to the S&P inclusion. Obviously, as we can see, this volume bar right here, pretty high, and we can expect that just because of what this week is for Tesla stock in the S&P inclusion. Now, let's take a look at resistance and support levels on the daily chart. Obviously, we're now above this. We're at an all-time high. So from an upcoming resistance perspective, right, the high of today in the 658s, I think will be kind of the next level that we are going to push towards, assuming we can kind of open above the 650 level. Otherwise, we could see that 650 level acting as a resistance as well, and then we could push up higher. There's nothing after that other than that 669 that we'll take a look at in a second for the stock to kind of stop at, right? from a support level perspective, now that we're above the 641, as we tested today a couple times, I think that 641 level should hold if we go down. If it doesn't, then we've got the 626 level coming in as well. And then we've got today's low of 619, and then that 614 level we're looking at. So those are kind of the three levels of support that I've drawn out in the 641, 626, and 614 to look at if we go down. If we go up, the high of today in the 658s would be kind of the first level that I watch. And then the next level that I'm watching is the 669, right? So if we take a look at this level, let me just draw an indicator, or just draw a horizontal line here, and we'll kind of see what I'm talking about. So this is today where we found resistance kind of in the high 658s. But if we also go back to just earlier this past week, I think a week ago, right, we found a lot of resistance here as well, and then this is the time where we made it above for just a brief little bit to 669 before then dropping a whole lot to kind of the 626s. That's when I believe Tesla did the offering, and then we recovered that in a day. But all that to say, resistance can be expected at the 650s level, and then if we can get above that 658, 659 resistance, hit 660, then that next level is 669, and then potentially, who knows, 700, right? But one level at a time we can go up, and then on the downside we've got these three levels of resistance coming up as well. So as we can see, this level of support validated, this level of resistance we still have. On the 4-hour chart, I want to point out the moving average, right, the 50-day moving average, which I forgot to point out yesterday as one of you guys reminded me. We're finding good support there. As you can see, the first half of the day we found support there. Second half we were way above that, so it didn't really matter. So we've got good support in the 50-day, 4-hour moving average too at 620s if we were to drop that much. And then on my just EMAs, just on the daily chart, right, we should have a decent level of support as well. As we could see, our open was near that. So again, closing above the 8 EMA, which is something that we like to see, and hopefully that trend continues. So one last thing that I want to show you guys is on this Tastyworks chart. What we are looking at. We are looking at the 15 EMA on the 4-hour chart, which we were below yesterday. And the reason I wanted to point that out is because the last time that we were below it in August, why is it not letting me scroll? And we fell from kind of the 460s to 340s. And then again, when we broke that, we fell from 435 to 367. We are now above it, but there's been a couple times when Tesla has been really close to being below it. As you could see yesterday, we were below it. That line comes in at 631, so I would like to see the stock staying above that, because the last time it didn't, it dropped all the way to the 180-day SMA in the 510s right now. Don't think it drops all the way to 510, especially considering we've got the S&P inclusion happening soon, but that's just something that I saw, excuse me, so I thought I'd point it out to you guys. Other than that, just be careful out there. I know that tomorrow, again, is quad witching, which means a lot of options expirations happening, both weeklies and monthlies, as well as futures. So there could be big money pouring in, big money coming in to try to knock you out of things. I wouldn't be surprised on quad witching day if we see, a little bit of a sell-off hitting the 641 before Tesla pushes up, if we do see a green day tomorrow, or even farther than this level, or if we go up and then kind of have a quick rebound, not just with Tesla stocks but with all stocks, because that's what big money likes to do. They'll try to, if they want Tesla or other stocks to be at a certain price, right, we'll see volume and money pour in, and then it could shake some people out of short positions and stuff like that. So just something to keep in mind. Tomorrow is the last day before S&P inclusion, so really excited to see. This has been a great run for Tesla, so we'll see kind of what happens after the S&P inclusion is done. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy this video, and comment down below what your trading plan on Tesla is, if you're continuing to hold, or if you're planning on selling before the S&P inclusion, or if you're planning on partaking on some plays tomorrow. I'd love to hear about it, and chat with you guys down in the comment section. Let's remember to be a bit better every single day, and until next time.